Hey everybody, this is Beast. Welcome back to my channel. My face is starting to clear up a little bit. I changed my soap, so maybe I could get rid of some of this ugliness that showing up on the computer screen. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Today we're going to talk a little bit about advocacy, protesting, lobbying, and when it goes wrong or when it fails, what happens? So let's say that, let's put a little bit of an example into this, and we're going to, well, see where it goes. So let's say that there's a group of people that do not like low-income housing. They don't want to pay for somebody to live free in low-income or affordable housing. So a group of people get together and they say, okay, you know what, let's put it into this. So they're going to go out, they're going to protest, they're going to put the picket signs up, even though this is like a worst case scenario, but I know it's already happened because it's happened, well, around where I lived. And basically what they did was flyers went out, signs went up, they posted it on social media, they posted what kind of cars were parked outside of these low-income housing units, and how many people abused the system. And then the news catches wind and they start talking about people who are doing welfare fraud, and then all of it starts to create a buildup. Now the whole buildup happens, and now the advocates start saying, okay, let's take the money away. So they're gonna campaign. They're gonna lobby the local state Congress, and they're gonna try and get this on the ballot to repeal a certain section of money that is set aside for housing. And so, okay, so we do that, and then in the same sense, you're seeing shows like Habitat for Humanity that's taken a house that's been donated by somebody and it's all been fixed up, and they give it to somebody that's in need. And these reality shows are also a form of lobbying, and it's a form of advocacy, and whoever created them or comes up with them makes sure it shows glamour. So it's falsely interpreted when they're getting a free house. Now they've taken the money away because it passed through the elections. They take the money away, and now the state and local governments cannot touch the money. They can't use it for the programs to get people into housing. So they put it over into, well, resources for people to be able to find work, or grants or something like that, so they can try and get them to start working. Well, if you're homeless and you don't have a place to go, we've also had in our area one city, one county that shut down any shelters or shelter beds. They don't want to pay for it. So therefore everybody is outside. The only thing that they give them is a tent and a tarp and a sleeping bag. Say, okay, there's your house. Now they're sleeping in the woods, they're sleeping under overpasses, and we got a trash problem. So here comes the fallout. So the lobbying and the activists were meant to try to do something else, because what they tried to do is take away low-income housing and give them other options. And then the state starts scrambling, throws in other things, other programs, and all of a sudden it starts to fail. Now, once it starts failing, then you start ending up with a homeless problem. Well, nobody can be able to, find a place to stay, find a place to live. Housing is expensive. So now we have a problem with homeless people with tents and garbage all around in their camps. Well, everybody's pointing their finger at the people that are at these camps, but they shouldn't be. They need to try and trace back to those lobbyists, trace back to the advocates that protested against this particular population. Now, during the course, this is taken a course of about 20 years, about 25 years. So 25 years ago, those advocates are probably long gone. They're probably not even in the city anymore. Probably half of them are deceased. But their legacy is now ongoing. And because of all the negativity that everything went through with the news and the lobbying campaigns and that sort of thing is now gone. Now they're taking a look at what another problem is. How did this happen? The city of Portland had less than 0.5% of a homeless problem back in about 2010. It took 11 years. Poof. Now, when the laws passed with that, and they had sit and lie laws and all that, and the advocates are starting to, now people are starting to look at the homeless and say, hey, you know what? We're going to try and help you. We're going to try and get, you can sleep wherever you want to sleep. You can pee wherever you want to pee. You can poop wherever you want to poop. And they start doing that. They started saying, oh, no, you need to leave them alone. Okay. So finally they finished doing the lobbying. And then all of a sudden, poof, okay. And now those same people are, and you don't even hear them. You don't even hear them. You don't see or sight, hide, or hair of these advocates. Now, why is that? Because their problem went wrong. But the thing is, they're not going to talk about that. Need to roll the window down. They don't want to talk about it. They had their trophy, but their trophy turned rusty and is falling apart. And they don't want to take credit for it anymore. So what do? Okay, it's going to be swept under the rug. We're not going to say nothing. Prior government that's been in office doing that, swept under the rug, not saying nothing. Those that were elected into office when all this stuff passed, swept under the rug, not saying nothing. We are going to keep our lips zipped. The media, here's the thing, swept under the rug, not saying nothing because of the fact that they supported the cause from the propaganda that was given by the advocate groups. Now we have a homeless problem. Why do we have a homeless problem? Because they have no place to stay. Why do we have a worker shortage? Well, you got a lot of homeless people. Some of them are working, some of them are not. Some of them are staying back at their camp to be able to guard their camp from people that'll come and loot their camp. So, now we have another problem. On top of that, is nobody has a place to lay their bag. Back when I was homeless, that was my problem. I could not go find work because I had no place to lay my bag. When I was down in Knoxville, Tennessee, I was working day labor, and I was going to the rescue mission, and I needed to find out. I needed to find a place to lay my bag. And, well, the people over there at the day labor place looked at me, and when I said that, they said, okay, you're going to keep it in here as long as you come every day and grab your bag at the end of the day. If you're here too late, then you're just going to have to wait till the next day. And I said, fine. And that's what I did. I did that for about 2 or 3 months, and then, well, of course, I moved back to Boston. It was too inconvenient for me. I wanted to have a chance to get a change of fresh clothes every day. But I never had a place to lay it. I never had a safe spot to keep my bag. But back up in Boston, they had a homeless shelter. And I could buy a Foot Locker, and I could keep a Foot Locker's worth of clothes in my Foot Locker. The only rule with the foot locker is as long as you don't have vermin going in and out of it, and it doesn't stink, you're fine. So every Sunday I made sure I did laundry. I'd have to carry my laundry around with me all day long, but oh well. So, that's the problem. Now we have they're building all kinds of tiny homes, but it's not cost effective because we have mental illness, and we already know for a fact that these $16,000 to $20,000 tiny homes are, at least half of them are going to be totally destroyed. They will be completely destroyed on the inside. Some of these people cannot take care of themselves. And this is the reason why I said with the homeless shelters, this is the reason why I said with low-income housing, is it helps build a support system for those that are trying to get off the streets, trying to get on their feet. It builds a support system for those that are mentally ill that can't take care of themselves, and gives them a place to lay their head. It gives a support system for those that want to go and try and find work and get themselves going again by giving a place to lay their bag. But advocate groups never looked at that. They just had their own agenda. So that's my video for today, is, why some advocate groups don't think things over. But with social media now, all it takes is 2 people. All it takes is 5 people. All it takes is a sketch that's not real to form advocacy. Once they form enough of a group, then it turns into protest, advocate, and again, lobbyist. Which is putting us all in quite a bit of danger. But I figured I'd get this off my chest because that's exactly what I'm seeing with what's going on in the world today. Is the advocate groups have put so much pressure on so many people for the wrong reason that companies are falling into the traps of these advocate groups. And it's going on. Don't believe me? Look at the news. You'll see it. So I'd like to know what you guys would think about this particular video. And I hope you guys understand the message that I'm trying to relay. That some advocate groups are not meant to be listened to. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this. If not, that's fine. It just gives me another practice video. Again, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video. And until next time, keep on rocking.